For sure. One opponent we can rule out of who you're fighting next is Julia Budd, who I think, to my surprise, I'm not sure how you feel, but her signing with PFL. Just your reaction to Julia going into the tournament.
I think it's very nice because Julia Budd is a big girl. For her, 155 is going to be good and healthy for her, and it's a great opportunity for her to be in PFL. I'll be happy for her.
Is part of you a little disappointed, though? I'm sure people would want to see that rematch. I know you won, but still, that was a really good fight, I think, and she was obviously the champion for a while.
She's a long time in Bellator. Maybe the opportunity to go to a PFL and fight the different girls, and maybe the rematch always gonna be there.
Yeah.
And that's we never can say never, but I believe it can maybe in the future. Yes.
Yes, we'll see what happens. How do you think Julia will do if she ends up fighting Kayla Harrison? We'll see if the timing works out. But if she was to fight Kayla, obviously the most experienced opponent that Kayla would have fought to this date.
She's a big girl. She's a great opponent for Kayla. Once she fought me, she's very intimidated about getting punched or go forward. But I believe if she fight Kayla, she's have to go forward and get it punch and take. Be afraid to take down. She's have jiu-jitsu and believe herself when she's gonna fight.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. We've had Julia on the show before. She's a true 45er, like you said. Well, I mean, moving up a weight class, but still, it would be very interesting if that fight does end up happening because, I think it'd be interesting because Kayla's done great, but we want to see her tested.
Jab, I think it's going to be a great fight.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Speaking of great fights, we had a good one last Friday. Bellator, we had Michael Venom Page, Douglas Lima, the rematch. It is Michael Venom Page avenging that loss to Douglas Lima, getting the decision. Just your thoughts on the fight, and how did you score it? Because some people felt like Douglas Lima deserved the nod.
I always wish this fight was 5 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great fight. But I believe Douglas Lima, I give it 2-1 for Douglas Lima. I believe he did better in these rounds.
Yes, and I just want to echo that. If anyone from Bellator is watching, we want to see some main events with some of these big fights. So yes. that would be nice to see. Just have that on the card. 2 rounds could have made a difference. We'll see on that one. The other fight I know you were paying attention to on that card was Leah McCourt getting another win, a decision in this fight. Just your thoughts on her performance because she's in your weight class.
It was a great fight. She has 5 wins in a row, and she's doing great. After probably my next fight, probably she can be my next opponent. And nice, she's getting win, she's going to be ready for fight for the title.
Yeah, no, we'll see what happens there. We also had the UFC last weekend. It was the Battle of Brazil. Thiago Santos, Johnny Walker. Does Thiago Santos coming out on top and snapping that losing streak? Did you score the fight for him? Because some people felt like Johnny might have been able to edge it out, but a really close fight in the main event for the UFC last weekend.
I feel like it was both doing a lot of feints, and Joe Walker did more feints and really very close fight for me. It was the fight, and I want to shout out, the manager, the John Walker John too from Paradigm. He's have a lot of athletes, Brazilian athletes, but I believe it's a very close fight. It's very very hard. Like a lot of fans, not too much acting, and more fan, I believe.
Yeah, I agree. And shout out to John Meehan, who we were talking about there, one of the best to work with in the game when it comes to management. He's really easy to work with the media, so I wanted to give him a quick shout out here. Speaking of Brazil, we had Karol Rosa get a win over Bethe Correria. Karol, I know, is a NCF veteran. Just your thoughts on her win. That was a big fight for her, taking out Bethe Correria.
Rosa, she's I think number 5 between the 10s, top 10, the division. Bethe Correria, her last fight, I believe they can give her a better opponent, for you to do her last fight. But it was a great fight, Bethe, I wish the best for you. She's a very nice girl. I met her in Thailand. We have fun together. And I wish the best for her now, for a new chapter of her life.
Yeah, sending our best to Bethe Correria. Great career. She's fought everyone, the who's who in women's bantamweight. So really excited to see what's next for her. This Saturday, we have another big women's fight. 2 women headlining the UFC card, UFC Vegas 39. We've got Mackenzie Dern, Marina Rodriguez. This is going to be a great fight. Chris, I know you know a little bit about Dern. I know she trains out in California with Jason Perillo. Just your thoughts on that main event and who might win that one, because the odds are close. Dern's a slight favorite in this one.
It's gonna be grappling against Strike, this fight. And as I said, there's gonna be 2 Brazilians, but this fight is gonna be who's have the best plan. Marina, she'll strike, she's gonna keep it fire. The Mackenzie's gonna work the jab, kick, and Mackenzie have to find the range for takedown. It's gonna be a very interesting fight, and both great, the game they are, and I'm very excited for this fight.
Switching gears a bit, you and I are both parents. I saw your daughter went to her first high school dance. How was that? How did that make you feel as a parent? Because that's a big moment.
For me, it's new in Brazil. Don't have this, but my fiancée always explained for me. She's very, very excited for getting her dress and everything. She's having fun, and it's very nice to see she's growing up. And it's very blessed to see the opportunity for her.
Yeah, I know it's a big moment, so that must have been cool for you as a mom to see her go through that. So we're getting older, it's cool to see the big opportunity like that, which is great. We got to do our Portuguese saying of the week. So I'm from Canada. Ice hockey is really big up here, and I figured we'd switch it up. I don't know if they have any ice skating in Brazil, but I wanted to see if we could get the Portuguese saying of this. So how would I say in Portuguese, "Let's go ice skating"?
Vamos
para
Vamos patinar. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. Vamos patinar.
Patinar no gelo.
No gelo. Vamos patinar vanino.
Patinar no gelo.
Patinar How do you say that last part again?
Gelo.
Gelo. Okay. Vamos patinar vagilos.
Gelo. Vamos patinar no gelo.
No gelo. Close enough. We'll take it. Today was a little bit rougher, but it's going to happen,
Portuguese, it's ice.
Yes. So, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, no, it's a little bit interesting here, but definitely not too cold where you're at in California. It doesn't really get much ice there at all. Before we get out of here, as we usually do, got to plug the premium service for less than a cup of coffee. If you go to CrisCyborg.com, you can sign up and get a month's worth of exclusive content, including training videos and Q&As. Chris, anything you can tell us about the premium service? Anything you got coming up?
We have the new Techniques Thursday. You guys can be available to watch. And I don't know the next date for the communication for the QI, but soon is gonna be, we're gonna do the date, and it's very nice to be together. You have any question for me? I share what has happened in my career. I share the curious things, and you guys are gonna enjoy being with me.
So just to recap, as we're wrapping up the show here, Chris's opponent going to be announced soon. I'm really excited to find out who that might be, but we know the fight is signed, obviously. Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram @LynchOnSports. If you guys have any topics you want us to discuss here on the show, just hit Chris or I up on Twitter or Instagram or one of the social media platforms. We'll be happy to talk about it here on the program. We do the show every Tuesday. It's called The Catch Up. But before we go, Chris, anything you got to plug, any social media, sponsors, anything like that? I'll give you the last word.
Guys, follow me. If you would like to sponsor me in my next fight, you send an email to my team, Cris Cyborg MMA, gmail.com. And if you guys are going to have any C fights, we're doing an event in Brazil. It's going to be the card only women's and October Pink. If you'd like to be a sponsor, be happy. We check NECfights.com. It's going to be October 21st. And I'm very excited. It's going to be only women. It's going to be supported the hospital in Brazil for cancer. And for the kids' cancer, and it'll be really nice. And if you're going to be part of this, come with us. And guys, I appreciate everyone. Follow me on my Instagram. And thank you, James, for the opportunity.